welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my non-spoiler review for The Northman. So this just came out over the weekend. I went to see it last night and thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was directed by Robert Eggers. So if you don't know who he is, he directed The Witch and The Lighthouse. If you're not really into his type of films, you might be able to get into this one because it's not as weird and as his last two movies, which I still think are his better movies to this one. But yeah, it's your typical revenge story. I've seen people compare it to 300 and Gladiator. I saw no comparison to them ones apart from the obvious the revenge thing and that. But yeah, I would say this is more, because it's more of a realistic approach compared to them two movies, which are more elaborated. It is. I was going to compare it more to Braveheart, something like that, but even though that wasn't exactly true to history, it wasn't. But the feel of it and all, and how they use proper scenery and not a load of CGI like most movies do. But yeah, the film stars Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, Anya Taylor-Joy, and a few cameos from Willem Dafoe, and Bjork makes a bit of a cameo in this as well. So the story is, if you've seen the trailer, you know it is Alexander Skarsgård's character, his Emlith. When he was a child, he witnesses his father get murdered by his father's brother, so his uncle, who takes over his kingdom. So he runs away, and after 20, I think they say 20 years later, they say, but come on, when you read up on it, it's about 20 years later, he's with these Viking barbarians who ransack villages and stuff like that. So when you get, say, he sees a witch played by Bjork in the movie, and she reminds him of his oath he gave it to his father of avenging him if he ever gets killed in battle, to avenge him. So he plays off, and he goes off and in search of his revenge. So it's kind of a weird movie. If you've seen the trailer for this, the trailer makes it out to be something like 300 or Gladiator or something like that, but it's really not. It's more of not a lot of action scenes, and there's a couple, one brilliant one at the end, but it's more of how is he going to get his revenge, because he learns things further along. There's I could say a twist towards the end of the movie, which, like me, if you've seen a lot of movies, you kind of see a million miles away. I kind of guessed it from the beginning of the movie, to be honest. But the story's probably the weakest part of this movie in my eyes. Like I said, this is, out of the three movies he's done, technically this is an outstanding movie with the visuals, the landscape, the cinematography of the movie. But the story really does, unfortunately, let it down a bit. I love The Witch and The Lighthouse, simple movies with a good story and a good, he's a brilliant director, and I can't wait for his next project. But like I said, overall, I think it's still a really good movie by him, and the actors in it do a really good job. And Anya Taylor-Joy sticks out as usual. She's a brilliant actress, really coming into her own over the last whatever years now. And obviously you've seen her in younger days. She was in The Witch, his first movie. She was brilliant in that. She's in Split. She was in Glass. She did, for me, one of her best performances was Gambit, the TV show about chess, and that absolutely brilliant program that was. But yeah, the acting all around, and they all do the accents. Like normally when you see movies like this, obviously I'll bring up Gladiator and 300 again. Don't put the accents on. They kind of just use their own accents in it. But at least in this one, even if you don't really like the accents on it, they all do an accent. They all do the accents in here. So that was a pleasant surprise to see that all the actors were doing that. It is, like I said, the director, he's one of my favourites right now, and that he's definitely up there. I always look forward to Robert Eggers' movies when they come out. And like I said, I pre-ordered The Witch, Second Sight. Is it Second Sight? Might be Second Sight, or might be another thing of collector's there. So I can't wait for that to come in the post. And I've got The Lighthouse in my thing, which is another brilliant. It's a weird movie, don't get me wrong. But that's why I said, if you're not really a big fan of his other two movies, I don't know how much you're going to love of this movie. It does go a little bit weird here and there. But I at least say give it a go. Give it a go. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised how much you might like it. It is. Like I said, the visuals in it are very stunning CGI. Minimum use of CGI. It's not a lot. They did film in Ireland and Iceland, which the movie takes place in Iceland as well. They do say on the movie. The scenery is absolutely stunning, breathtaking. It is, and the final fight is on the side of a volcano. So, absolutely brilliant. It is. The only other, like the music as well for this movie, it was composed by. I got to be here somewhere. Robin Carolan and Sebastian Gainsborough, and this is a soundtrack I'm definitely getting on vinyl when it comes out. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and they use a lot of like the throat singing you hear in some movies. They use a lot of that, but yeah, it's a very brilliant, stunning soundtrack to this movie as well. I'll give it a thing as well to the set pieces, the huts and all that they use. Again, amazing. Like I said, this movie is absolutely brilliant to visually and to look at. Is actually brilliant. Like the only thing I say is just brings it down is the story. Unfortunately, I don't think they don't go deep enough. I think they could have in this movie. It's a 2 hour and 20-minute movie, so they had plenty of time to probably do it. But unfortunately, yeah, I think the story is the only thing that really lets this film down. I don't think there's anything else I can really say about it. I do recommend going to see it in the cinema, but to be honest, man, most people I think are going to stream it or get it on DVD. I've already pre-ordered it from HMV. I have HMV, and I think I ordered the Zavi Steelbook as well. Because, yeah, like I said, Robert Eggers, he's up there now with directors I keep an eye out for and that. So yeah, I give this movie I give it a solid 8 out of 10. I do. Unfortunately, like I said, the story lets it down a little bit, so I'll take a couple of points off that. But like I said, the rest of it, the acting was great, cinematography, visuals, the rest of the movie was absolutely great. And I do recommend seeing it. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and tell me if you're ever going to see The Northman. I don't think it's going to be, unfortunately, a hit in the cinema. I don't think, but hopefully I'll be surprised when the box office comes out. I know that's not to make it into a thing, but sometimes a good movie you'd like to see do well at the box office. And if you like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.